Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Oddly Sidecast. I'm Vince.
And I'm Joey.
So Joey, how's this week going for you? Anything interesting happen in the fabulous quarantine life?
The the wonderful world of quarantine.
The wonderful world of exactly.
Yeah, nah, same old this. Well, actually, um like my work, I kind of like closed out. I do stuff like relating to schools.
Mhm.
And then like for this semester at the school that I work, it kind of like closed out this week. So I have like kind of like a position where I'm dealing a lot with like people who do my job. So I kind of not like a oversight position, but kind of like, well, kind of
Like a supervisor?
essentially, yeah. Like if there was a middle management to all of this, middle management. Um, yeah, unfortunately, that purgatory. It's not so bad. I deal mainly with like the new people and kind of showing them the ropes and stuff like that. And I try to keep up on like getting information from them. But aside from that, since I'm in like that middle management position, I don't technically stop working like a lot of the people that do my job do.
Oh, so you're
I'm
like
gonna be doing,
always on call, huh?
yeah, I'm gonna be doing meetings and things like that while school is technically off.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it's alright. I get paid for it, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Those middle management positions are always odd.
Yeah, it was definitely it was weird being like put into that like circumstance after having to like deal with it at various other jobs for so long.
Uh-huh.
And then now being like in that seat, I tried to do it better than I've had it done to me.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. At my
Yeah.
real job, middle management kind of, I almost got shoehorned into a kind of middle management, but since my current day job is not the most interesting thing slash kind of want to move on, it's like, hey, can you be like available at these times? I'm like, I can be available these times, and it's like a normal like 9 to 5. I'm like, sorry, I got school, and I have some kind of family stuff, which is true, which is like I'm kind of bending it a little bit, but it's kind of like I don't want to.
Yeah. You got personal things,
I'm
right?
pursuing other interests. I just got a
Right.
keyboard. I'm gonna try learning piano and sound like a fucking cat fucking at first.
Oh yeah, what's up with your bass
That
too?
yeah. To preface this, I have bought a keyboard and a bass, and I have never played well, technically I'd be lying, but the last time I played an instrument was like in third grade, like kindergarten through third grade, and that was the fucking recorder.
Hey, shout out to the recorder, man. The musical prowess, that's where it starts.
Did you ever have to do anything like that? Or is it just like a, because I
Nah.
started off in Catholic school. That's probably why.
Oof.
I was like in Catholic
Playing some
school.
green sleeves.
Nah, some totally awesome, ragers that involved some form of firepower. Although I haven't been in Catholic school since 5th grade.
Some epic godly bangers.
So they called it.
Yeah. Nah, I was a public school kid. So I never got like that early on forced to like musicianship thing. I was in band in like 5th grade, but that was of my own volition.
You're not missing much. I enjoyed public school a lot better than private school.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you think. The private school kids, well, there was 2 I went to, and one I was only with for a year, but some of the private school kids definitely act like they're private school kids.
Yeah. There's just like a general vibe about it, right? Like there's just like I don't know. Like I definitely knew some cool private school kids, but like there's like the what is it? What is the adage? It's like it basically boils down to like not every private school kid is like a dickhead, but a lot of dickheads are private school kids.
Exactly.
It's just
Trust
like
me.
damn.
There are some kids that totally. Now that let's see, that was like 5th grade. That was in the one especially snooty one. There are some kids today that are probably like Nazim.
Oh no.
You get to the Cloud District. Like we say this every fucking podcast. By the way, Jacob's not here. He's got some mic troubles, but he'll be back and sounding better than ever next week.
Oh yeah.
It'll be amazing. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he's practicing his sounding before the next recording.
Oh no. But no.
No, but yeah. There's
yeah.
like that whole like, yeah, oh, that sucks that you got to meet like a bunch of proto-Nazeems.
Nazeem.
Proto-Nazeems. Of just like in their festering years.
Oh my god.
Uh,
I wonder where they are now.
the Cloud District.
Indeed. What would be like the modern equivalent of the Cloud District to you? Beverly Hills?
Would it be Beverly?
LA?
I don't know if it would be
No.
Beverly Hills. But maybe. But I feel like Beverly Hills now has like such a cultural like focal lens on it that it's not as like seasoned, like saucy as it used to be. Like yes, sure,
Beverly
you got people
Hills
living there.
And Hollywood, like actual Hollywood, for all of you who've never been, don't waste your money. Seriously, don't waste your money.
It is tourist trap numero uno.
You ever pay to get on a bus to ride around a city that looks like a city with everything that comes with a city? The trash, the smog. Although smog's been okay right now because of quarantine.
Yeah, actually. I can kind of see like down.
The rampant homeless problems. You could be walking down freaking Hollywood Boulevard on the Walk of Fame or whatever street it's on. I forget because I don't care anymore. You could be taking a picture on the star of like your favorite musician or actor or insert artist here, and have some dude in like a SpongeBob costume or something come up and try to harass you for money, or have one of the local crackheads like walk by you and scare the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah. A staple. Honestly, like I feel like this is such a common thing with like Californians where they're like they try to warn everybody like, no, dude, trust me, it sucks. Think of like every picture you've seen of Hollywood. Think of that picture, but it's not as cool and smells like piss. And that's kind of like the vibe.
Don't ride the elevators, because
do not ride the elevators.
They're just piss chambers.
Those are the elevators are basically like super intense restrooms because they're shit on so many different levels. It's crazy.
And I think one of the funniest things about seeing pictures of LA is there's all these pictures where it's like palm trees and this Hollywood sign and then the beach.
Hell yeah.
It's not as close as you would
California,
think.
dude.
It's not as close together as you would think. And even though you might be like, oh, that's not that far if you look into like the actual logistics of it, during like any kind of like summer season, getting from like, oh, I want to hit the beach, I want to hit Hollywood Boulevard, we'll see the Hollywood sign, I want to go to downtown LA. Maybe if you're from New York, you might be okay with it, I guess. Like, if you're from another city, you might be cool. But if you're coming from like, I don't know, Minnesota or something.
Minnesota,
Shout out to Idaho,
Minnesota listeners,
and / any like smaller town state that has a smaller population, you'll be like, oh, okay, 15 miles. That's not bad at all. We can get there easily. No, it'll take you like an hour sometimes, depending on the time of day.
Oh my god, dude! I have no idea how you do it. Like, I've only seen LA freeways like a number of times, but like, god damn, it's insane there. You hit it at like the wrong time, and you make one left turn, you're gone for like an hour. You're delayed. You're not getting to where you're going on time.
Let me put this into some perspective. Let me give some perspec on this so people can put respect on it.
Put some respect.
My job is like 15, 20 miles away from me. And before quarantine, when I would drive to it, I would leave super early in the morning for the sole purpose of 1, avoiding traffic, and 2, avoiding the clusterfuck that it is to find parking where my current job is stationed, so to say.
Right.
In the morning, I can get there in probably about 17, 20 minutes easily. It's like 15, 18 miles easily.
That's no traffic.
20. And I only know it because I listen to music the whole time, and I've listened to podcasts, and I've like multiple times, and I've arrived after like 17 minutes multiple times.
Nice.
But leaving, now I leave, since I get there so fucking early at 5 a.m. I'm not doing that right now because I'm home and fuck that, because I have no reason to. But let's say there was no quarantine. Since I get there at 5 a.m., I'm out at like 1:30. So right after the lunch rush, before traffic starts picking up and people start getting off work, and it'll take me maybe the same trek back, same freeway, just different direction, like 30 minutes.
Double the time.
And that's during 1:30 p.m. and sometimes slower traffic. If I wait till 5 p.m.
Yeah, I was about to say, what if you get out like at 5? Like when it's just primo home, go
2
home
hours.
hour.
2 hours.
2 hours?
If we're talking like a bad day, 5 to like maybe 7 p.m. or 4:30 to 7 p.m. is absolutely hell in a fucking handbasket.
Oh,
It is like an hour and a half to 2 hours, if you know. And I'm not exaggerating that. Maybe an hour 20, an hour 15 if things go well. But if like, you know,
Still, the jump up
somebody
from
gets in an accident, or like it's just a particularly slow day, or if there's a Dodger game going on or something going on at the Staples Center or the convention center, then you're absolutely fucked. You're in there for a fucking full length movie.
The congestion, man. Hey, at least you got podcasts.
Music,
You're able to listen through the whole thing.
Literally, podcasts and music are the only things that have gotten me through that. And even then, on the times I've had to do it, I've been on like the cusp of having like, not like road rage towards any specific person, but that kind of road rage. You're just like, I just want to go home. Just fucking go, please.
Please. Yeah, it's less anger and more desperation. Like
Exactly.
that's that type of road rage. You're just like,
Exactly.
please let me pass.
I want to go home, man.
Yeah.
But
That's what podcasts are your like go-to I have like a few go-to but I only really listen to podcasts when I like go to sleep. So I kind of like trail off to some voices and stuff. I don't know why I need that noise, that background noise.
I feel it.
What are your go-tos?
Since given the nature of the drives, I try to listen to podcasts that are a little more upbeat. So I'll go with things like along the lines of occasionally the Rooster Teeth podcast, but very occasionally. It's mostly, honestly, the Tiny Meat Gang podcasts, because those guys are pretty fucking funny. You get into some dumbass conversations that actually have me laughing in my car.
Yeah.
Tiny Meat Gang. Sometimes I'll listen to I forget what it's exactly called. There's a specific podcast that dives into like more detail on certain like musical albums. I forget what it's called, but they've done like the whole Flower Boy album for Tyler the Creator.
They do like deep dives.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. But it's like each episode is a different song that they like dive
episode?
into. Yeah, each episode they dive into a different song, like meaning behind it, even what the artists have said, if they've said anything behind it, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a deeper, like Genius description.
Right. How long are the episodes?
30. I can't remember the name. Hold on.
Oh, you good. Because I'm thinking, like, if you're going to go over and assess a whole song in, like, a Genius-esque kind of, like, assessment, like, if it's, like, a standard, like, hour-long episode, like, I can't talk about something 4 minutes long for an hour. Like, that's a little rough.
It depends on the song, I think. I can't freaking remember what it is. Oh, man. I'm going to find this out.
Yeah, I'll keep looking. Well, you're looking for me, I mainly listen to the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, of course, because it just got me cracking up. And then like the Super Mega Cast, just because those boys are some funny boys. They crack me up, man.
Dissect. It's called Dissect.
Dissect. Okay.
So
cool. I'll have to give it a listen.
Let me see here. Let me read it.
Going through the Spotify description.
Yeah, I'm trying to like give you an approximation on the
Right.
times for it.
On like the average episode length.
30, 40 minutes. It looks like.
Okay, that's still pretty impressive.
I think the latest one is on Beyonce. I don't really listen to Beyonce, so.
Beyonce. Yeah, you know, I haven't. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I'm not the target demographic.
Oh, we should shut up. Otherwise, the Bayhive's going to come and murder us in our sleep.
Hey, if you like the Queen Bee, power to you. I love some of her old tracks and things like that. I haven't listened to a lot of the new stuff.
You don't like
power
our
to
new
you.
stuff, Joey. What's your problem?
I just haven't heard it, man.
You don't like Lemonade?
Just chill out, man. I haven't put the gun down, man.
I told you I don't even like normal lemonade.
I'm allergic to lemons. Why would I want just like that's how it feels sometimes. Like, I don't know. I feel like you got to like toe the line on knowing things and not. I don't know. I feel like now you can't really like not enjoy something, at least publicly. Because no matter what it is, there's going to be someone telling you like, oh, you're a dumbass for not enjoying that thing. Right? So
You're a
like,
dumbass, and here's all the reasons why, and proceeds to
yeah.
say.
But that's the thing. Like, I honestly, as time has gone on, I'm not the type of person to like not enjoy something. Not enjoy, like, oh, I fucking love everything. Huh? But like, I don't know. I don't actively be like, think like, oh, that shit's garbage, or oh, that shit sucks. Like, I don't think that's
reminds me
just
of that video of a fucking radio podcast, and they had Iggy Azalea on, and she was doing a freestyle, and then they're like, all right, we got caller number one. What do you got to say? Fucking dude ruthlessly through the mic. Yo, get that fucking shit off the air. That shit is trash, man.
I remember that now. Yeah. It was on like the
Circulated.
radio show.
Yeah, it feels like what, 3 years ago? I forget.
Brutal, man. Brutal. That was some
shit is-
killer, like. That must have sucked being in the studio right then.
Yeah, awkward fucking moment. It's like, whoops.
Well,
Just gonna hang up on that guy anyway, Iggy. Go ahead and
so-
continue.
you want to talk about your dogs or something? It's brutal. No, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I actively like strongly. You know what? I finally figured out this is gonna be our fucking like. I'm sad Jacob isn't here to talk about it because I finally figured out the fucking definitive moment that a movie becomes a popcorn movie.
Oh,
I've solidified the definition.
Oh boy.
You know what it is? It's simple as shit.
What?
Ready? It's entertaining. If some shit is entertaining, in my mind, whether it's good or bad, it's a popcorn movie. Because I can watch it and just tune in, tune out. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about movies that much. Like I love movies and I love like watching them, and then I like sometimes like being like, oh wow, this is pretty dope, like cinematography wise. But like honestly, generally, I watch movies to be entertained, and if I'm entertained, that's a fucking good movie in my eyes.
I suppose it depends on what way you're looking at it. Like,
Yeah.
I think the main argument last time is that good movies were getting mixed in with bad movies, and there wasn't much of a distinction between them.
That's why I finally figured out it's entertaining, because a bad movie can be entertaining.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Paul Blart, I wouldn't call a bad movie. And that's the thing too. Like the definition of bad movie is different, right? Because like when I think bad movie, I don't think like, oh, the plot line wasn't very strong, or it's been played out, or it's been done 1,000 times before. When I think bad movie, I think movie that's not entertaining, right? So like
Who's
I've
that?
seen like
think
fucking. Have you
generic
seen The
falls into
Box?
it.
Have you seen The Box with
Have
Ryan
not seen The
Reynolds?
Box.
Oh my god, dude. That shit was horrible. That was like ugh. See, The Box
Uh-huh.
in my mind is Ryan Reynolds' worst movie. Not even Green Lantern. Like worse than
Oh,
Green
no.
Lantern. Yeah, no, because at least Green Lantern you can watch and be like, "Wow, like those effects, man. Ooh." But it's still entertaining. Like it's Ryan Reynolds. The Box, if I'm remembering the title correctly, it's Ryan Reynolds buried alive in a box, and he's just that's the whole thing. They never go out of the box ever, not even in like his mind.
Oh, that's
Like
some art house shit. I see. Here's the thing with me and movies is there are certain. I think a movie like there's a couple. As long as a movie is memorable to me in a good way, I usually like it. But some movies are like way too generic. It's like it's like Lifetime movies. If it feels like after I finished watching it in a theater, it feels like a Lifetime movie. I'm like, man, I'm gonna forget about that in a week.
Yeah.
That's when I really like dial in like a bad movie, because like
But
some
but
bad
if
movies
you're
can
watching
be fun.
if you're watching a Lifetime movie on like TV and you want like a Lifetime movie, then it hits. It hits just right because you're just like, this is some corny shit. It's whatever, and it's funny, and it's like sometimes you're just like, these plot lines are out of this world, or they're so normal that it's like neutral. This is just like the movie.
I'm not. I have barely done it, and this is not me saying like, oh, Mr. Big Shot. The first time I was on an actual movie set though was a fucking Lifetime movie.
Whoa, watch out, this guy.
It was a
Jesus.
Christmas movie at that.
Fucking brag about it.
It was a Christmas movie, and it involved a cat.
Oh, I love Lifetime Christmas movies. Not because I enjoy watching them. Not because I enjoy watching them, but because they're entertaining in the sense that it's just like you get it. Like you just know what it's about from the jump. And like you can predict it. I love being able to predict Lifetime Christmas movies. Like that's just my shit.
I just can't do it. It's too cheesy. I can't. Too stuff that is too cheesy. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
shit
a
like
corny
Mamma
ass
Mia.
motherfucker.
I can't do Mamma Mia.
Here I go again.
It's like, all right. Okay,
there's some
all
bops
right,
on that
everybody's
one.
breaking out in song and dance now.
I've never seen it, but I know some of them songs, and that's a testament to the soundtrack.
Only because everybody's parents sung it, and it was all over the media.
Some ABBA. Get some sick ass ABBA jams
Oh,
up in here.
Jesus. Abba Zabba.
You know I'm not that strong. Doom, doom. Just wanna look. Oh, that reminds me of the YouTube video of the dude. Have you seen the dude who went to Japan to sing ABBA?
No.
It's pretty awesome. I think he went on a I don't think it's like actually like he went to sing ABBA, but he
So
went on a
that's
trip.
The main goal is just to go to Japan and sing ABBA.
Well, like I was looking into the comments, and it's the fucking YouTube comment section, so obviously 1,000 points for historical accuracy. But like apparently the story was he bought tickets to go with like his girlfriend, and then they broke up, so he took his dad instead, and then he filmed the the song, the fucking like I
wouldn't
then
know.
I slammed the door out on that one. And then he posted it online of just clips of him. And there's just funny ass zoom shots of like Japanese people looking at this man walking down the street, like singing ABBA.
Like,
It's pretty good.
Who the fuck is this guy, Jin?
Jeez. Basically, there's a shot of him like at the edge of a mountain, and he's like, it like cuts the music out, and it's just his vocals. And then he like jumps and he walks forward, and then like it zooms in on the left side of the frame of like an elderly Japanese man just like looking at him like, nani? And then walking off frame. And it's the funniest shit to me. I don't know why. It just gets me.
Probably like, this is quite disruptive. I think that's my thing. Like, I don't know if I could do like that vlogging lifestyle, because I would feel awkward just walking around everywhere with a fucking camera in front of me and just be like, hey guys, I'm like in a fucking store.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean? It's like, I get it. Like, I get it. It can be fun for people to watch, but maybe I'm just too much of a fucking introvert for it. But I would feel like a dumbass being like sitting there like at a restaurant and sit a camera down in front of me at like a booth alone and just talking to the camera while I eat whatever the fuck they serve me. Like, hey guys, I'm here at Denny's with Joey. He's getting a build your own burger.
fuck off. We talked about that, right?
Yes, we did talk about
Yeah, we
your
did.
penchant for building your own shit.
I just love construction, man.
You're like, I want to customize.
But yeah, like I don't feel like I could document. I don't want to document my life. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm like interesting enough. Like the shit I do is interesting enough to be documented that much. But also like I don't care enough to document it. And then, like,
Yeah. I'm not
Bo
running
Burnham.
around on a one wheel. I'm not interesting enough.
Yeah,
Everybody knows you need to
see?
have a one wheel to be interesting.
Honestly, that's like the defining point. But like Bo Burnham has like a really good fucking bit about it. Not like a bit, but he says like a speech, I think, at the end of one of his shows or in the middle of one of his shows.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about like how like with like the advent of social media and all that, like everyone's on all the time. And I don't know, like I see some people who have like their social media like super active like that, and I just can't I can't personally do that. I can't be on all the time, and I would hate to have that like ability to just be like off at some point taken away. Like that would suck, man.
Yeah,
I would hate to have an audience.
It
aside from
feels
right
like
now.
it's fake. It feels like it's fake, and that's
Yeah.
what I dislike fakeness.
I couldn't be natural if I had a camera in front of me.
I mean, I feel like it could be natural, but the problem is, it's like people expect you to be like fucking roll up onto that vlog or whatever the fuck you're doing every morning. You know, if you're a daily uploader, you're a madman. Well,
Oh god, power.
I guess if that's your thing, then I get it. But everybody expects you to like roll up and be like, you know, shit could have happened. Like maybe you just didn't sleep last night. Maybe you had too much of a rager and you feel like shit. Maybe,
Right.
I don't know, some fucking shit happens. You know, shit just happens, and having to like turn around into the camera and just be like, hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm gonna go take a shit, eat some fucking cereal, lay down in bed, open my laptop, and just watch YouTube all day. Let's get this shit done.
Honestly,
Like I can't do it.
see, that's what I mean by like not natural. Like I feel like it's impossible to get like, and maybe with years of practice, like maybe those daily vloggers at some point it just becomes so ingrained that they're able to pull it off. But like I couldn't sit down at a Denny's and have like the same conversations I would have with you guys, like if there was a camera in front of me. Because
I think it would if we had something to talk about, I would get it. Like if we were at like
if
an
we had like a
event-
structured podcast.
Heck. No, but like if we were at like an event or something, or we were traveling, maybe I get it. Or
Okay, yeah.
like if it was for a video that wasn't just us vlogging, I could get it.
Yeah. If it wasn't a daily vlog.
Like if we were at a Denny's and we were at like, I don't know, E3 or something, I could kind of get it.
That would be cool, yeah. Because then you
Yes.
could be like, yo, like check out like all this stuff that we saw on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. E3. RIP this year.
Honestly. But speaking of video games though, I don't know if you saw it, but the fucking Epic Unreal Engine.
Oh my god. Yeah. I watched that. That was insane.
In before just freaking frying everybody's PS5s for no reason. Like,
Melting
whoops.
it.
In the mix of the pandemic havoc, we forgot to throttle, and now all this I forget what they called it, but their version of ray tracing, or if it works with ray tracing on or off or whatever the fuck.
RTX on off. I love
And
it.
even better, no royalties for the first $1 million made.
That was pretty cool. I was reading up on that little like their post about it, and I was like, that's pretty dope. I mean, like if you're using this engine to make your game, like that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
And it's smart on their part too, because they're like, if this game sells more than 1 million copies, then yeah, we're gonna get our royalties. But if it sells more, I feel like if you sell more than 1 million copies, you probably will sell like well over 1 million, so they'll get like a decent chunk of royalties.
It doesn't have to be Unreal, but sometimes I wish Bethesda would just use a different engine.
Dude, you don't like the Creation Engine patent like 1996?
Fun. I mean,
Yeah.
there's an argument to be made that whole like weird clunkiness that comes with the Creation Engine is like part of the charm, but I feel like they could still like just the way sometimes it works, like just how glitchy it is half the
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah,
how,
I
still
mean,
how
like-
rigid some things can be. I feel like Fallout or Skyrim, or I don't know if they're still gonna do it in that engine. For
The word is
Elder
that
Scrolls
they
6.
are.
Ah.
Last I heard, and this was, and you know, Elder Scrolls 6 probably ain't gonna come out for like 3-4 years.
Probably. Yeah.
maybe. But like the last that Todd Howard had said, like they were going to be using an updated version of our creation engine, which I feel like they're really just like, I don't know, man. If
just don't wanna
even
pay
if it meant like
royalties.
adding a year or two of dev to 6, or if they did it like for our Starfield, whatever, even if it pushed back stuff a little bit, like if they really hammered away at like a super cool new engine, or if they just used Unreal, like, fuck, man, I don't know. I don't know if they program their own physics and stuff in it, because there's like you said, like the charm of like the Bethesda jankiness, but also like, you know, like I don't want to play a game that's like bugged to hell.
Yeah, I don't. I just want it to be more stable. Maybe if they could just like find a way to make it more stable, I would be more happy with it. Like I said, I love Bethesda games. Haven't played 76 enough to have like a completely formed opinion on it yet. Right now, it's kind of
Honestly,
because I don't feel myself. My problem is I don't feel myself getting pulled into play it more. Like,
That's
you guys have told me like,
exactly
oh, this is
it.
what you can do, but that still doesn't like capture me. It's like,
I still
okay,
haven't played since the last time we played, dude. It just doesn't pull me back in.
like I heard, maybe like the preface is we haven't done any of the like vault raids or anything like that because they were closed at the time.
They're not
I don't know if
around.
they still
Yeah.
are,
They're closed still. No.
but it's like, okay, I travel around to random ass places, maybe do some random ass quests, find some equipment, maybe upgrade my equipment. What is there like? What else do you know? Like, what else was there to show for your success besides maybe some cool power armor and some upgraded weapons? Can you get shit for like your base or?
Yeah, you can find like recipes to build your base and make it look cool and stuff, and you can like min max and get like super good weapons and balance like your perk cards out and stuff like that. There's like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like it's tough. It doesn't feel like there's anything to pull me back in, and there's like a reason. Like I got to level 50, which is like the cap for I think like around the cap for when you start, you can't gain any more perk like points. Like you don't garner anymore. You can just move them around
Okay.
each level or get new cards. And like once I hit that point, like I don't know, I feel like progression just stopped, and like the daily activities and things like that. Like I'm not even big on daily activities, but like the daily activities were like you can just blow through them really quickly if you're like power leveled, or I don't know, man. It wasn't for me. It's not for me, I don't think. I'm not that big on it. I haven't played since we played last. They released, funny enough that you brought it up though, like they released their new roadmap for 2020.
Is there anything interesting that might change a little bit of what we're talking about?
I'm looking at this thing right now.
That does not bode well that you have to think about it.
I'm really trying, because like, okay,
Usually it's
so
like, oh yeah, there's this one thing, but no.
so they're talking about seasons. They're like introducing seasons, but it doesn't
not
really.
season passes.
No. Like, okay, maybe. I don't fucking know. It's so vague. It just says, like, from the makers of Unstoppables, blah, 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 new way to experience the irradiated West Virginia. Each season brings a new progression of challenges to complete, plus exclusive rewards like atom bundles and perk card packs and unique cosmetics. It's like, but it's a game as a live service, so like all of them fucking do that. So I figured it would happen eventually, right? So they added legendary perks, new super high level perks, which I feel like if you're getting to that high level in Fallout 76 anyway, you've probably min-maxed your build to the point where you're like killing a lot of shit. Public teams, which I don't know. I don't feel like people generally have problems finding teams like randomly. Like people, there was, at least back when I played, there was like a commonly understood, like if someone asked to join your team, just let them, because they want to fast travel near you.
Yeah.
And then you just do it, and then they break off from your team if they want to go somewhere else, or if you stick to each other so you have fast travel points free.
Yeah,
Colossal
that's
problem.
It doesn't seem too like toxic to where anytime anybody runs into each other, it's immediately blowing each other up.
Right. That's
So
yeah,
I'll
it's
give it that.
mitigated. It's mitigated that a lot. But also like I wish they had that other mode that they had briefly. It was like the survival mode. that they took off, and it's like not anywhere to be seen on this. If that was on here for like maybe like a fall release or even like going all the way to the winter, like if that was on here, dude, that may get me, because if they like patched it and worked it to where it was like no one shows up on the map and it's kind of just a free for all. If you run into people, you run into people. That would be dope. That would be really cool, and it would give you kind of like fear while moving around, and people would camp like areas, and shit. But like they can't cover the whole map, so you would be able to explore, and then running into people would be like an event. Whereas now it's just like, I see you on the map, I know when you're coming near me, and probably not gonna talk. You know, it's a colossal problem. They have a new legendary boss event, which
Is that the
cool.
weird, like zombie looking thing?
Yeah, it's cool. I was watching videos on this, and I think that beast is already in the game. Like, it's just rare.
Gotcha.
So like, I feel like the legendary boss events are just ways to get them to spawn more. I don't know. I'm not really big onto 76, so I wouldn't really be able to tell you. The next one, Steel Dawn, a new quest line, is pretty cool, which maybe that'll play into the Wastelanders.
But does it add any like reward besides maybe some more skins and weapon? Like, that's my thing. Is it just more content to do, or does it like give you cooler stuff?
This is the thing. So daily ops is one of the things in fall that's coming along with Steel Dawn, the new quest line, which is, they say, a new quest line. So I'm like, is it just like a single quest line? Like, like, is that all we're fucking getting?
It's just one series of 10 quests, and it's like, all right, you're done.
Yeah. They say daily ops earn scaling rewards, right? But all of the daily rewards, at least in my experience, most of them are just Atom rewards. Like Atom things. So you can get cosmetics or new workshop plans for things in your workshop, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't really care that much like about it. I wasn't really big on like the Atom shop anyway. It's just perk loadouts, that's cool. Like, so winter seems to be when like the most interesting one comes out, at least in my opinion, which I thought was really cool. Perk loadouts, cool for people who are high leveled, you know, because they're able to kind of switch between like a melee loadout or like a range loadout or power armor loadout or whatever the hell, you know, sneak loadout. They can switch between those hopefully relatively quick. I know there's already mods. I don't really I don't play enough to really warrant modding even that at that point at 76.
That
but there
doesn't
were mods.
stop you from Skyrim modding, though. You're Skyrim modding.
But I play Skyrim like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but you got a problem, Joey.
This is an intervention.
This is an intervention.
I have fun.
Stop crashing your game. That's what the intervention is.
I legit uninstalled everything the other day and then reinstalled like a bunch of mods because my shit was breaking.
I just remember like constantly like on a Discord call with you, just be like, "Hey, what you doing, dude?" It's like, "I'm just playing Skyrim." Like, yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get the mods to work." And we'd have a conversation for like 2 hours, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I just closed it. I couldn't get to work."
I spent
so
more
many
time
times
modding Skyrim than playing Skyrim a lot of times in those calls, yeah. But anyway, here's the big thing, right? Here's the big thing that I was like, this is the coolest thing that's coming out of all of these in my eyes, right? Camp shelters build instanced interiors. I think that's cool. It's not a big feature. It's not really like super big, but I don't know. If that's the highlight for your 2020 roadmap, and maybe it's leading up to something big in 2021. If it's just like a build year. But like, I don't know, man. That new quest line isn't like And then also they said that so in the description it says like the Brotherhood of Steel returns to Appalachia in search of new technology. The continuation of the story arc started in Steel Dawn, which is the quest line, will introduce new NPCs, quests, and companions. Right? And then like a rebalance is happening in fall where they scale enemies to your level, which, you know, probably.
Yes. I mean, I guess it depends.
It happened with ESO when they did like a Tamriel for all, where like you could travel to any area. Like I don't know. One of the cool things to me, like early on starting,
Mhm.
was like, oh, I can't go to this area yet. I'm not strong enough, and then getting strong enough to go to it.
I mean, it's
But
like
I
that
could,
in like World of Warcraft. And since I'm a veteran of World of Warcraft, so MMOs aren't new to me.
mm,
So like World of Warcraft, it's like every zone has its like level set. Although from the new expansion coming out later this year, it's kind of changing, but that's besides the point. Every zone is like you have the starting zone, and that's like mobs this level to this level, and the
right,
story progresses through. And a lot of the times you can choose where to like you can follow super linearly, like one area leads to this other area that's like close by to it. But if you want, there's a couple continents that leveling starts, so you can be like, I want to do this area or this area. And that's gotten easier to choose as WoW has matured since I started back in Wrath of the Lich King.
mm,
But that's one thing with 76 that I feel like is missing. That's always kind of kept me with WoW is not getting into the minutia of like community and stuff like that, but just like if I do really good in WoW, I can see it through like the gear I get, because not only does it give me the stats, I'm a more beefy boy, but
yeah,
most of the time it looks cool. And then let's say it doesn't look cool, they give you the option to change that gear to look like something else you think looks cool.
right,
Whereas Fallout 76 is just like it's got better stats and it's got some cool paint on it.
yeah, yeah.
Eh.
That's too, like, right, like, I don't know. There's like there's like maybe the specifics of it, right, elude me so far, but let's say there's 10 different like styles of armor sets, right? Of leg, chest piece, arms, right? Legs, chest piece, arms, helmet, whatever. There's 10 different
Okay.
styles. You got like the leather, the metal, the raider, the marine combat armor, the couple different faction variations maybe, and then you got like all your power armors, right?
Mhm.
Like if I'm level 50, right, and I find like some marine combat armor at level 50, when I get to level 51 or level 55 even, I'll go find like a new piece of armor that's like statted out way better, like it has higher stats,
Uh,
but I put it on and it looks the exact same.
hmm.
It's like I get leveled gear to an extent, but I also wish there was more, like to your point, like there was more styles of things, right? Or new types of deals. And then
Yeah.
it doesn't help that all of these armor sets are the same armor sets from Fallout 4. So I've seen them 1,000 times already. And it's like,
That's the other thing. It's not exactly new.
it's just not new.
It's
Which,
like Fallout 4 online.
yeah, that's what it felt like, man. That's what it started as, right? Like I thought I remembered seeing something where they were like,
From what I understand, it was less than Fallout 4 online. Because there was no NPCs, there was practically no story. It was glitched all to hell. At least the actual like main Fallout games, there's a lot of stories you can follow. There's a lot of side quests with deep stories you can follow. There's like cool shit to find throughout the map, more interactions. This one was just like, all right, get some cool shit. Go on, you
Yeah.
scamp.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not really a games as a live service type of guy, I think. And in my mind, maybe like 2 years from now or whatever, like Fallout 76 will be like a really cool, fun game to like play around in. But in my mind, I wish like it could have released as like a full fun game.
That did kind of screw it over too, but I
release
look,
was-
I kind of get it. It's Bethesda's like Bethesda proper, not ZeniMax. Like Bethesda's specific first attempt at a MMO of some kind.
Right.
But
Yeah.
still, some of that stuff feels to me, as a gamer, like common sense. Like, don't ship it when it's so
Right.
freaking broken, because you're just getting a bad reputation off the bat.
Yeah. I feel like if 90% of your like armor assets and weapon assets and things like that are things you already have made and are just repurposing for this,
Yeah.
then at least at release, like at the beginning at release, because every online game, right, at release will have problems.
Yeah.
But it felt like on another level with this one, because I played back at release and it felt like it was on another level. Like it was just not I hate the term like it was broken, unplayable, but
Literally unplayable.
but
Literally.
like shit just wouldn't work, or you wouldn't be able to progress, or you would lose all your gear for no reason.
Oh hell no.
And it was just it just like the whole player based, like all of your armor sets and all of your weapons and all of your gear and loot and shit you already had made, and based on like the thing, like you developed and you spent a lot of time working on the online, managing the online aspect itself. Like that was what bulk of the time was on. And yeah, credit to him. I love the map. The map is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's lovely. The step up graphically from Fallout 4 to 76, I will say, like it was a decent jump up. It was nice. The lighting is much better and all of that. Weather effects are cool. But like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been different if there were more like there was more stuff that just wasn't in Fallout 4. Like if it didn't feel like Fallout 4 online.
Yeah, and I get it that they were trying to just keep it like we're sticking to the Fallout formula except online, but
Yeah.
like it, because it's weird, like, and I only keep relating it to WoW because it's my biggest frame of reference MMO wise. It's like WoW didn't start off with WoW. It started off with Warcraft, those games. I think it technically falls into RTS. I forget. So when they went from Warcraft to World of Warcraft, it was literally like a whole new game type. But that was not that is a challenge in itself. But I feel like Bethesda shouldn't have had such a hard time creating new shit if they were still sticking to the same formula, just with more ability for people to stick together.
Yeah. And they removed all the programming, like at least at the start, for like NPCs, like human NPCs. There was like, it was literally just like dropping robots or notes in all kinds of places. And then for the robot NPCs, all you had to do was really just make them like unkillable, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's all you really had to do. Oh, and then the rest of it was like, so they didn't, it felt like it was pushed as like this big bold thing, and it was supposed to be like this big bold step forward and this venture out, but they just skimped in a lot of areas that
I
maybe
think
they shouldn't have skimped in.
I think what they were trying to go for was just like, instead of putting the NPCs in here, there's fake people. All your interactions are with real people, but the problem is there's not enough real people to have that kind of interaction with.
Yeah. There's another kudos to the map design. Like the map is massive, but that directly spits in the face of that like ideology, right? Where if you're gonna meet people, yeah, you're gonna want to meet and see people. If that's like the only human interaction you're gonna get, you're gonna want to see them.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you played it for a while, but this is still on the subject of Bethesda. Whatever happened with that multiplayer Skyrim? I know you and I played it a little bit, and it was still in the early stages, so it was a little chunky, so to say.
Little chunks, yeah.
But couldn't we do like the normal like quests together and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think. Let's see, I'm looking at it right now. Skyrim together. Ugh. Yeah, they say as of September 3rd, based on this YouTube video, September 3rd, Skyrim together was like fully, like was kind of like playable, where you could do quests together and stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. 1 month ago, update on Reddit, on the official like Skyrim together subreddit.
Big money.
Data, less stable. Time consuming. They dropped support for the classic Skyrim, so now Special Edition's the only one that's being supported.
Get fucked, you goddamn old ass classic users.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
The future is now, old man.
Jesus. There's a lot more mods for classic Skyrim, but I feel like if you're not playing on Special Edition, at least now, with the 64, because it's the thing, it's like, it's 32-bit for the classic one, and it's like the limitation. Now you have 64-bit with Special Edition, so it'll take time to get up to that like level, but feel like you could do more with it once they get there. But yeah, it looks like same thing, but it's just less buggy. And I think that's kind of what you what it was going to be, right? It's just playing Skyrim together.
And we can try it out again.
Yeah, man, that'd be fun, dude.
Do some Skyrim not playthroughs, but actually like see if it works better and actually wonder if it's more fun than Fallout 76. The game that's actually supposed to be a multiplayer.
If we find that we have more fun playing Skyrim together, that puts the nail in the coffin for 76 for me. That'll just be it. Because I'm like teetering on the edge of delete or don't delete this game, and I have been. And it's just like it's taking up space on my hard drive right now.
I want to give it one more like good play. Like I want to sit down one day and just be like, all right, let's play the game. Instead of fuck around, let's play the game and let me see how it goes. But right now I'm skeptical.
Here's what it is, dude. Here's what it is. And maybe this is just me, but I load up the game when I finally begrudgingly tell myself that same shit you're telling yourself right now. When I'm just like, fuck, man, like I'm just gonna give it another chance. Maybe there's some shit I didn't see back then.
It's like a bad X. It's like
it is a bad dude. Fucking 76 is the worst fucking X in the world. That just they're not the worst because they did some great evil shit to you, but they're the worst because they were just bad enough to make you think that they could change. And then you go out, you go back and you try it again, and shit just doesn't work. And it's just never gonna work, but you keep convincing yourself, maybe this time.
That's what all these updates are. That's what all these updates are. It's being like, nah, babe, come on. I'm sorry. I'll really try to change. Look, I got rid of all that shit you were talking about, or whatever the fuck. It's that. And we're like, all right. You say things are gonna change.
The first breakup is right at the beginning, and then they come back and it's the most different that they're gonna be, right? They're like, oh, you know what? I got Wastelanders now, right? I have actual NPCs. I've really been taking the time to work on myself.
I've been thinking about what you said,
Yeah.
Bethesda to the fans, this relationship.
And you go back and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, like we could have some fun with this, and like it's nice when we hang out with other people, but when it's just the two of us,
because this is all about communication. I get that now.
It's the same shit. When you're alone, when you're in the apartment and it's just you two and you're fucking staring at the screen and just like, this isn't working. And then they dip. And then like a month later they call back and they're like, hey, I've taken up some new skills. I've got legendary perks now in public teams. Some new legendary boss fights. Bringing back Fastnacht, right? And Meat Week. Some community challenges. Like, I've been working on myself. And then you go out on the date and you're like, you're the same person. You're just, you're not different. You've picked a. It's the equivalent of like,
oh my God.
You take a Swiss Army knife and you add like a corkscrew on it. Shit's still a Swiss Army knife at the end of the day. You got a new feature. That's it.
Exactly. That's all this feels like right now. It's like the same. The base is just not good. I think that's the problem. The base isn't. It's literally, I feel like look. It can turn around. Like, look at No Man's Sky. That shit turned around from what I heard. I haven't played it, but from what I heard, from what it started as, kind of like in the same field as Fallout 76.
Yeah.
But they've actually put into work to be like, okay, we actually did listen to what you said. We are actually added stuff, and we are adding stuff.
That Internet Historian, like, video on it, on like the rise and fall of fucking No Man's Sky is a beautiful story, and it's exactly that. It's just like they buckled down and they were like, look, they went through some shit and they were like, all right, we're gonna put out this game and we're gonna make it a game that you guys deserve, and I respect the hell out of them for it.
Yeah,
and from what I've heard, that's what people say. It's like, yeah, that was good.
It was like the Bad X too, because they lied about what was going to be in the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, it's gonna have all this shit released, and I was like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. No,
like
it
when
didn't.
You're talking to somebody, you're like, oh yeah, I'm super empathetic, and like I'm just go with the flow, and then it's always drama, and it's not always go with the flow.
It's never go with the flow. It's like, you know what? I'm real chill. Like, honestly, I hate drama. And then like you go to fucking Applebee's and shit, and the person gives them sweet potato fries instead of regular fries, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with my plate right now? No, come back. Look at this plate. There's fucking sweet potato fries on this plate. I ordered potato fries. I can see how your little tiny idiot brain could get it mixed up." And you're just sitting there like, "Oh my god, I'm at this table with a crazy person."
When was a moment that you think a game company has done that? I just think it's funny when you.
what's the defining moment of just
like game company has done that, where they like
it's
actually
no problem.
clapped back at the fans.
It's no problem. It's no really. It's fine. I think it's funny that like fucking it hurts. It stings my chest. Fuck man. Honestly, I don't know if you heard, but like Pete Hines a few days ago was kind of like dunking on some Fallout people for 76. I don't know if it was like it was an interview a while back, and I think he felt bad like there's like there's something, someone said something and people were like calling him out because everyone was like, dude, you lied to us. There are in fact non-cosmetic only microtransactions in this game that you said that would never have it. And then he got on the defensive. He's like, I'm not lying. It's just we've changed gears. Like we've
whatever.
It was the most like
gears.
You know,
it's
not that we don't like you. It's just that the company's going in a different direction.
Yikes.
And you're not going to be able to go in that direction with us. Like, fuck me, dude. Fuck me.
Game developers, please just be fucking honest and listen. Hire, literally, if you're a AAA game developer, you're not going to listen to what I'm going to say, but I'm going to fucking say it anyway. Hire some staff that their whole thing is literally just like going through like social media and seeing what people are saying. Because obviously there's always a problem of like you guys not knowing exactly what the community wants.
Yeah. The subreddit for Fallout 76 actually has some like some decent people in there that are like that would answer people's questions, and they would hold like little things to talk about. But it's like one of those things where they would answer people and people would be like make suggestions and be like, "Oh yeah, we'll pitch that. That's really great." Or they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you know, like we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do about that."
We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah, and you could tell like these interns probably are like really like genuinely like, "Yeah, no, we'll try to bring that up." And then you just get the vibe that like they bring up shit and it's just like, "No. Okay. Next, Dave, marketing. Come on. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Oh, repair kits? Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah." And we'll sell it to them with Fallout first, right? Let's do that, dude. Hell fucking yeah. And you're just like, damn. These people, you feel bad. Just feels bad, man.
And publishers, let the artists shine, but nah, they gotta be with the shareholders. I like how, in a sense, Blizzard kind of went through the same shit. Since they got bought by Activision, a lot of and you can see it, although it's not as bad as some people say. And in the very least, Blizzard in their upcoming expansion seems like they're gonna fix a lot of shit that made Battle for Azeroth the absolute, not absolute failure, but like the failure that it was. Because Blizzard, I feel like at this point with World of Warcraft has a one good, one bad X-Pac like alternation at this point.
Oh yeah. You were telling me about this.
Classic, every WoW veteran is like, Classic was amazing. It was the best shit ever. Look, Classic was great for 2005. And I'm sure playing through, because I was too young to play, like I didn't play through it myself completely, but I feel like Classic was like, it was a new experience for literally the whole, like everybody, but it had its issues. It took forever to do anything. Shit was real clunky. Engine is okay. All that. From what I hear,
it's like going back to Chuck E. Cheese at 15 versus 8.
Exactly. Second expansion, and I'll probably get crucified by WoW fans, like other like hardcore WoW fans right now. It's
Here
like,
we
you play
go.
WoW, actually not like vanilla. It's actually challenging. It's like, look,
we're already
look,
gonna
dude.
get fucking crucified by all 46 Fallout 76 players. So don't worry about it.
Like,
It was
look,
a joke. That was a joke, everybody. I understand people enjoy it, and you're more than welcome to enjoy it.
Yeah, no,
You're
but
more
like,
than welcome. If
people
you
can
like
enjoy
Fallout
Classic.
76, fucking good on you. And I hope you have fun with that game, and I hope you enjoy the time that you spend on it. Shout out to you. I'm sorry, continue.
And you know what, Joey? I think when it really comes down to it, Fallout 76 is we as two gaming individuals have to treat it like we have to have the mindset of this. Now, stay with me now. It's another
Okay.
homie's problem.
It's a what?
It's another homie's problem.
It's another homie's problem. You know what? I concur. I agree. That do be another homie's problem.
It's like,
Do you-
I don't know. I dated her. I played Fallout 76. I dated her, and I wasn't feeling it. But you do you, boo boo.
Ah, ah. What was it? And it's a stupid thing to say, but it works both ways. For every like wonderful person, or no, for every beautiful person out there
Same.
that just looks amazing on the surface, there's some other person that's sick and tired of their shit. Like no, for fucking no matter what. Like if there could be like the most beautiful woman in the world or the most handsome guy on the universe, and no matter what, when you look at them and you're like, you know what, that seems good in theory. Like I like this thing. I like Fallout. I like World of Warcraft, right? And it's like, yeah, sure. There's someone somewhere that's sick of their shit. And one day, you will become the person that's sick of their shit.
Bethesda's the that super attractive person that you somehow got with, but their attitude is just shitty.
Oh,
So you're like,
like damn. Fallout and Elder Scrolls, I love you, baby. I
now,
love
if
you,
you
Fallout.
excuse me, Joey, I'm gonna go call Bethesda for a good time.
For a good time. Jesus. Bethesda booty call.
Yeah, buddy.
Brutal. They've been relegated to post 11 p.m. phone calls only.
Post 11 feet. Hey, Bethesda, you know, it's been a while. I heard you added some more perks to 76.
Jesus.
Go ahead and download that now.
Jeebies. Honestly, at the end of the day, I'm gonna fucking buy Starfield probably. And hope to God that it's good and it brings back that old Bethesda vibe. And then I'm just gonna wait until Elder Scrolls 6. And that's gonna be my thing.
Just hope
That's
Starfield doesn't end up making you want to
Dude.
call Future and telling it belongs to the streets.
Dude, Jesus. Starfield belonged to the streets. Dude, imagine what if Starfield flops, man. Oh,
For the amount of work they're putting into it and still taking forever, it better not flop.
it better not flop, dude. And this is an idea they've had for literally like a decade now, like more than a decade. It's one of those things. There's like old videos of Todd Howard talking about like Oblivion and they are like Fallout 3 and they like talk about like, oh, what kind of games like other than Skyrim, other than Elder Scrolls and Fallout would you want to make? And they bring up like, oh, like, you know, we talked about a space game and things like that. And then Starfield comes out. So it's like this is an idea they've had forever.
Yeah.
And if they fuck up the execution on this, it's like the Olympics and like this gymnastics routine that's just like fucking flips and shit and just flipping and moving and bending in ways that no human being should be able to bend, but they're an Olympic athlete and they can do it. And they fucking like go and they do their final flip and they're doing like somersaults and over-unders and fucking gainers and I don't know vernacular, but doing all kinds of shit. And then they do their final front flip and just fucking break both of their ankles and slam into the mat. And it's just like, damn. They could have had the
goes
title.
silent.
The crowd goes silent. Not wild, but silent. Bethesda needs to execute the dismount. They need to successfully stick the landing with Starfield. Please. God. Please.
We'll see, Joey. We'll see. Off in that distance, we'll see if it's a bright shining light or a fucking black hole.
I just want to be able to look at Todd Howard's face again and smile.